as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
You look at this Baltimore defense.
They've been pretty solid against the pass, toward the middle of the pack, number 14 in the NFL.
So I'm prepping for this game. I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And?
Too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
So 2 incompletions have led them to an early 3rd and 10. They're going to look to throw. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
But defensively, you really can't script the start much better. You get a 3 and out and a sack.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. They kept him short of a first down on 1st and 2nd down. And then on 3rd down, they pick up a sack. What tremendous momentum for them to start this game.
And they'll send out their punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So now the Ravens getting ready for their first go on offense. And leading him out, their veteran quarterback.
We both know it's a league where they seemingly throw the ball in just about every play. But watching him perform last week where he threw 3 touchdown passes still caught my eye in a big way.
Still kind of the gold standard, 3 touchdown passes, isn't it? And for his efforts last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
I can't wait to see what he does this week.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll send a receiver here in motion right.
Off the play fake, Daniels.
Got his open man, it's Carr. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Up the middle they go.
Wooten.
He gets them a little over half of what they need, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
The Ravens send their punter out now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. Now this is going to work out well as it's out of bounds near the 13-yard line.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback coming out for their 2nd drive. And he continues to be a nightmare for teams to defend in the red zone. You see the graphic. He's 2nd in the NFL in terms of rushing touchdowns by a quarterback.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Finding room at midfield. Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown.
Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left.
Play action, now it's Daniels.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that. Give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
To throw is Daniels. Short throw caught by Pitts.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. In trouble, and he's taken down.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Riley. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
In motion, Hill. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Ravens will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his 2nd one.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. They'll keep it on the ground. Wooten. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
In motion left goes a tight end. They'll run on 1st down.
Wooten, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. When you look at this defense, coming into this one ranked number 19 in the NFL against the pass.
What they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against some people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league, so there's the conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Here's Daniels. Short throw caught by Pitts. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now a handoff up the middle. Wooten, down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Daniels looking to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on 1st down, but unable to do much from there.
A great job there by this defense. They give up the long drive, but in the end, it looks like they'll force a field goal attempt.
Now the Ravens bring out the field goal unit here. And this one will be a 29-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Chicago offense set to get started. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that will bring up 2nd down. Back to throw here. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Well, certainly not an ideal first quarter for him. Remember, he lost the fumble earlier, and here he ends up on the ground with a sack.
And sometimes what happens when you make a mistake early, you get too cautious going forward. Just cover up the football and take care of it and be able to cut it loose. Otherwise, your offense is going to stall.
Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football. 3rd and 12. As they've got it as we resume action. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That is caught. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. On first down, he'll drop to throw. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Throw left side complete. That's Riley. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. With his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
What a first half he is compiling here. He's already over 100 yards receiving and now 2 touchdowns, CD.
Brandon, you know I don't like to play the game where you start projecting when you're at a certain point. Well, let's face it, he's off to a tremendous start. So 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. I don't think anything's out of the question right now. He's blowing up coverages. You've got to double him every snap. Otherwise, he's going to defeat you on almost every play.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession.
And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
To the air goes Daniels.
Looking middle, and that's complete. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. The offense on third down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. He finds his man, complete. It's Briggs.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, you can absolutely feel the thought process there. They just gave up the touchdown. So in the huddle, they're telling each other, you don't want to give it back now on a 3 and out. Nice job of making sure that they wouldn't, and they pick up the first down.
On first down,
Wooten. And a pretty good burst there as they get this across midfield and down to the 46. 45 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender, and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty. Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Up the middle they go.
Wooten. And he will have a Ravens first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 32-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground.
Wooten.
And he's going to take this one down to the 25.
That's why the guy with the headsets is down there. All right, they know what they're doing because they got stuffed on a running play on first down, And I think myself and probably the fans were saying throw the football in this situation. But he knew what he was doing, called another run, and now they got 3rd and short.
And he will have a Ravens first down, and he's going to have it by plenty, able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They go play action. Daniels. He finds his man. Complete. That's Carr. It'll be a gain of 5. And now we've got a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Throwing now is Daniels. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. And his kick is right there. It's good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
From the 35, here's a 2nd and 8. They'll look to throw. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A first down and then some. Give him 29 yards.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. Back to throw again. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to have a first down on a gain of about 10, and that'll take us to the 2-minute warning. Slot man moves right. They'll look to throw again. He finds his man, complete. It's French. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. From 17 yards out. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
The catch and the touchdown, they were the end result of a terrific route run by the receiver.
Extra point attempt here still to come. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6.
That time a 6-play drive. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat, make sure he touches it a few times, but as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up?
From the shotgun, it's Daniels.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
Here's 3rd and 3. Now Daniels. This ball down the field for Pitts.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit him over the top, unsuccessfully.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A 40-yard punt, no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Back to throw. Flood in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Here is 3rd and quite a ways.
Now a handoff up the middle. Nelson. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So they bring out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard off. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
The Raven offense going to take over late in this. And with great starting field position and 1 timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going.
Throwing to start the drive. Daniels. He's going to let this one go deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Mitchell. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
Every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know as a defender, it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Briggs. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
2nd down and 3.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
I like his awareness in the pocket there. Nowhere to go with the football. So instead of forcing it to the sideline, he's just going to put this one into the harbor and live to fight another down without getting wet.
And his kick is good. And they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
This to the back of the landing zone. He'll return it from the 1. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we come upon halftime in what's a 12-point game at the break.
Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field.
And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And Charles, some things to like about that first half, ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought a lot of their best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of scoring a little bit. So I expect them to come out and continue to throw the ball effectively.
2nd and 5. Over the middle, complete. That's Carr. 2 yards on the pickup there. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Short throw caught by Pitts. And he will have a Ravens first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
2nd and 11.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 11.
Working out of the gun, Daniels.
And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. That's taken on the 25. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now this offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Riley. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 37-yard line.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the third quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get them going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said, that they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
They'll look to throw here.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A nice pickup of 23 on the third down conversion. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Up the middle they go. It's Nelson. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 26. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. On target over the middle to Hill. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here.
They'll set up a throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Riley. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here. They're going to look to throw. To Gordon, out left. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Taking it in from 7 yards away as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Ravens offense and Jaden Daniels getting set for this next possession. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him. And he'll look to keep it rolling right here. To throw is Daniels.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's Daniels.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. A 6-yard pass on back-to-back plays. Picks up the first.
Daniels looking to throw.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
I think we've seen this before. If someone's down 3 scores, that situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They go play action. Daniels. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't think with 3 scores down in the 3rd quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on for the 5th time here today. He'll look to set up his blockers. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Now Gordon on 1st down. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on 1st down, exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
2nd and 2. He finds his man, complete. It's Riley. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the 4th. Here's a give up the middle. It's Gordon. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Now back to throw. Throw to the right here to Gordon. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. So still 14 yards to go. 2nd down. The slot man in motion right. 2nd and 14. They're hauling it in, Nelson. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
And the slot man goes in motion left. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Extra point right down the middle, and that will bump the lead up to 26. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Throwing now is Daniels.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
To the air goes Daniels.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
Throwing after the interception, Daniels. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 7 at the 29-yard line.
Now Daniels.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
They need 18 yards here on 3rd down.
Operating from the gun, Daniels. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
Daniels going to throw for it.
Being chased out left. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs.
And now after that sack, we'll pause here a moment because someone was shaken up on that play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. That's Riley. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
From the 20, here's 2nd down and 3.
He'll drop to throw. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Riley.
That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a first down. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Nelson. And he stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
That's a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. This offense so far on third down, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, Doug. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy.
Looking right side, and it's intercepted. And he'll be brought down around the 7-yard line. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
So now out comes this offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once more. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll run it up the middle now. Gordon. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. His 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Here's 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Looking to throw. Warren running the slant, and he finds Mitchell. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. That one out wide and intercepted. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense can very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
Now it's 2nd and 10. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Calling about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Now a handoff. This is Gordon. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 41 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the fourth quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Now the handoff comes to Gordon. And he'll get this one down to about the 27.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for Chicago, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.